This is Jeopardy! Now entering the studio are today's contestants. A pharmacy technician from Universal City, Texas, Scott Wolf. A full-time student, originally from Alhambra, California, Pam Anger Payne. And our returning champion, a writer and teacher from Memphis, Tennessee, Ed Allen, whose one-day cash winnings total $12,001. And now, here is the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek.
Thank you, Johnny Gilbert. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome again to our show. Last week, we ended with a very low win for our champion, $1,300. We started off this week yesterday with Ed picking up over $12,000. So he's on the right track, and I'm sure Pan and Scott feel that, hey, it can happen to me. Why can't it happen in this half hour? We'll find out as we begin now in the first round of Jeopardy! Clues in this round worth $100 to $500, one daily double. You know that. Here are the categories for you. We have animal groups, sports, herbs and spices, U.S. history, law, and finally, a category about people named Turner. Famous Turners, as a matter of fact. Ed, your choice.
Let's go with animal groups for 100, Alex.
One of these is a TV network symbol. Many are a muster. Scott.
What is a peacock?
Peacock, right.
I'd like sports for 100, please.
Answer. This sport probably originated when ancient Roman soldiers didn't have any quoits to throw. Ed?
What is darts?
No. Quoits are the rings, and so we have horseshoe throwing. Horseshoe throwing. Scott, back to you.
We'll try sports again for 200.
Answer. After baseball, it's Japan's most popular spectator sport. Ed.
What is sumo?
Right.
Let's go with animal groups for 200.
One of these is a TV network. Many are a skulk. Pam.
What is a fox?
Fox, yes.
Animal groups for 300, please.
A group of elk or a group of hoodlums. Scott.
What is a gang?
Gang is right.
I'd like to go back to sports again for 300.
One of two Wimbledon singles champions whose last name is Smith. Scott?
Who's Margaret Court Smith?
You are right. The other was Stan Smith.
Let's go back to sports for 400.
Though unable to walk from the age of 4 to 8, she went on to win 3 Olympic gold medals in track in 1960. My, what a great runner Wilma Rudolph was. Scott, back to you.
Sports for 500.
In 1457, Scotland's James II complained golf was interfering with this sport used in wartime. Ed.
What is archery?
Right, for 500.
Let's go with law for 100.
First clue there. If you're a veneryman, you've been called to this duty. Ed.
What is jury duty?
That's right.
Law for 200.
It's defined as testimony or other material presented to prove the existence of a fact. Ed?
What is evidence?
Right.
Law for 300, please.
An attorney at law is a member of the bar and an officer of this. Scott?
What's officer of the court?
Correct.
I'll go back to law for 400.
While it normally means harms, in law it means money and could be compensatory. Pam?
What is punitive?
No. Ed?
What are damages?
Damages, that's right.
Let's finish off law for 500.
Under Article 1, Section 2 of the Constitution, the House has the sole power of this. Pam?
What is the purse?
No. Ed or Scott? Under Article 1, Section 2, it has to do with the sole power of impeachment. That's what Pam meant to say. Didn't come out that way, though. And as a result, we have Ed with plus $1,300, Scott with $1,000, and Pam at minus $700. But we're going to get rid of that negative sign in short order, I know. But first, we'll be chatting with the players when we come back from these messages. First player we introduced on today's program is a pharmacy technician at Randolph Air Base in San Antonio, Texas. Scott Wolf, does that mean you're in the Air Force?
I am indeed.
All right. Are you in the regular Air Force or the Reserve?
I'm a regular Air Force.
You're also involved in amateur theater, and you had an interesting experience that I want you to tell us about.
Yeah, I was wanting to get involved with the theater over in Ankara, Turkey when I was stationed there. And the guys who were reading the parts were reading real well. So there was one part that just was untouched yet, so I lobbied real hard for the dead body and won the role of a corpse.
You won the role of a corpse.
Yeah.
A non-speaking role.
The
I
rigor
take.
mortis was tough, but I got that part too.
Okay, nice having you here. Pamela Angerer Payne, it's back to school for you, I hear, right?
That's true. I've returned to school to study nursing. And it's been an interesting experience, a real change from the working world to go back to school as an adult.
You find that your study habits are more serious than those of your fellow students, the younger kids?
Yes, I'm afraid so. And so I tend to be the one people come to when they have problems with the answers.
I see. They're out to party a little bit more?
I think so.
You've done that route. All right,
Yes.
nice having you here, too. Ed Allen is our champion. He's a writer and a teacher. And on yesterday's program, I meant to ask a follow-up question. You said you wrote your first novel about the meat industry?
That's correct. I worked in the meat business as a butcher and a truck driver and a shipping clerk for about 8 years before I went back to graduate school and entered the academic and literary profession.
I see. Now, what kind of a novel is it? A murder mystery? Something bad happened in the meat factory?
No, it's sort of just a comic novel of manners and various problems that this protagonist gets into.
I see. Well, meat can be funny. We know that.
I hope.
All right, Ed, you're in control of the board. You make the selection for us.
I'd like to go with animal groups for 400.
The answer there is this. A group of whales. It's also slang for a shapely leg, something a whale lacks. Ed?
What is a pod?
No. Pam or Scott? We thought you might go for pod, but that doesn't satisfy both parts of the clue. A gam, synonymous with pod. Gam. Shapely leg? Ed, back to you.
Animal groups for 500.
This name for a group of caterpillars makes sense. They do march on their stomachs. Scott?
What is an army?
Army is right for 500.
Let's try U.S. history for 100.
He was court-martialed as a lieutenant colonel during the Revolutionary War, long after his famous ride. Scott?
Who is Paul Revere?
Right.
U.S. history for 200.
This 1803 acquisition doubled the size of the United States. Scott?
What is the Louisiana Purchase?
Yes.
What is U.S. history for 300?
Passed in 1862, this act granted free farmland to settlers. Ed?
What is the Homestead Act?
That's right.
U.S. history for 400.
A liquor tax imposed in 1791 resulted in this uprising by Pennsylvania farmers. Pam?
What is the Whiskey Rebellion?
Good.
U.S. history for 500.
Angered by the Boston Tea Party, Britain passed these laws to punish the colonists. Scott?
What is the Stamp Act?
No. What are the intolerable or coercive acts? Back to you, Pam.
Herbs and spices for 100.
It can be found in jelly and juleps. Scott?
What is mint?
Correct.
Herbs and spices for 200.
The World Encyclopedia of Food calls it the most popular garnish in the U.S. for fish, meat, and poultry dishes. Pam?
What is parsley?
Yes, and we have a minute to go.
Herbs and spices for 300.
It takes about 900,000 of these bluish-gray seeds found on Kaiser rolls to make a pound. Ed?
What are poppy seeds?
Yes.
Herbs and spices for 400.
The region of Szeged in this country is noted for producing and exporting paprika. Pam?
What is Hungary?
Right.
Herbs and spices for 500.
It's known as the herb of remembrance, as Hamlet's Ophelia could tell you. Pam?
What is rosemary?
That's right. We're left with one category.
Famous Turners for 100.
Answer. She played Nola Dancy Aldrich on the soap opera The Doctors before she turned up her body heat. Scott?
Who's Catherine Turner?
No. Ed?
Who's Kathleen Turner?
Kathleen Turner is the right response.
Famous Turners for 2.
Answer there, the Daily Double, and it's an audio. You're back in the lead, Ed. How much of that 1,600 are you going to risk on your knowledge of famous Turners?
600, please.
All right, here is the clue. Buddhist from Brownsville, Tennessee. Heard here, dishing out advice. Listen. Ed?
Who's Tina Turner?
Tina Turner. That's a famous Turner indeed. Good singer, too. And that does it for this round. And Ed, you wind up with the lead with $2,200. Scott has $900 less. He has $1,300. And Pam, I'm glad to see you're out of the hole. You were at minus $700 a little while ago. I'm sure you'll remember. And now you're at plus $800 with only good things going to happen in Double Jeopardy. We know that. We'll come back to start that round following this. Welcome back. Time now for the Double Jeopardy round. 2 daily doubles in this one. Here we go. Good categories in this round. We start off on the left side of the board with this. Man in space. Could also include women in space, of course. art, world geography, theater, classical literature, and the story of my life. Going to the dogs. Pam, over to you. You're in third place with 800. Make the first selection.
Classical literature for 200, please.
The answer is Herodotus said this fabulist lived as a slave on Samos in the 6th century BC. Scott.
Who is Homer?
No. Ed.
Who is Aesop?
Aesop, yes.
Classical literature for 4.
Answer. This general wrote commentaries on the Roman Civil War and on his campaigns in Gaul. Pam.
Who is Julius Caesar?
You are right.
Classical literature for 600.
In Virgil's Aeneid, the Trojan priest Laocoon says, I fear them even when they bring gifts. Pam.
Who are the Greeks?
Correct.
Classical literature for 800.
He's called the most powerful Roman satirist, and he doesn't seem childish in his attacks on government. Scott.
Who's Juvenal?
Yes.
Classical literature for 1,000.
He took part in the Peloponnesian War and later wrote his famous history of it. Pam.
Who is Thucydides?
Good for $1,000.
Going to the dogs for 200.
Answer. Dogs don't have sweat glands all over their bodies, so they usually cool themselves by doing this. Ed?
What is panting?
Right.
Going to the dogs for 4.
This spotted dog, which used to guard horse-drawn vehicles, is also called the coach dog. Pam?
Was the Dalmatian?
Yes.
Going to the dogs for 600.
These sheep-herding dogs are known as Shelties for short. Ed?
What are miniature collies?
Miniature collies or Shetland sheepdogs, either one is correct. You get to pick again.
Going to the dogs for 800.
The answer is, the coats of these German badger hounds can be smooth, long, or wiry. Ed?
What are dachshunds?
Correct.
And to the dogs for 1,000.
This African breed, known as a barkless dog, does make sounds other than barks. Pam?
Was the hyena?
No, sorry. Ed or Scott? The correct response this time, what is the Basenji? Ed, we go back to you for the next selection.
World geography for 200.
Chile's west coast and Japan's east both border this body of water. Ed.
What is the Pacific?
That's right.
World geography for 4.
Oddly, Mount Kenya has 12 glaciers, though its base straddles this line. Pam.
What is the equator?
Correct.
World geography for 600.
Middle of the column, and you have found the daily double. And you could take the lead, Pam. You have $2,600 right now. How much of that do you want to risk? The subject is
1,000.
world geography.
1,000.
For $1,000, here's your clue. As Windsor is opposite Detroit, this French port is opposite Dover.
What is Calais?
Calais is right, and you now have $3,600. Go again.
World geography for 800, please.
Port city on the Tyrrhenian Sea, that's the capital of Sicily. Ed.
What is Palermo?
Correct.
World geography for 1,000.
Along with Bolivia, the other landlocked country in South America. Pam?
What is Ecuador?
No. Ed.
What is Paraguay?
Paraguay, yes.
Man in space for 200, please.
On its 34,981st orbit, July 11th, 1979, it fell to Earth over Western Australia. Ed?
What is the Skylab?
Correct.
Man in space for 400.
The Soviets' Buran, first launched in 1988, looks almost exactly like this U.S. craft. Pam?
What is the space shuttle?
Yes.
Man in space for 600.
On July 21st, 1969, NASA executed its first manned takeoff from this site. Scott?
What is Edwards Air Force Base?
No. Pam?
What is Cape Canaveral?
No. You had to go one step further and go to the moon and the Sea of Tranquility. Our first manned takeoff from the moon. Pam, back to you.
Man in space for 800.
The ESA, which is currently sending up satellites on Ariane launch vehicles, is this. Pam.
What is the European Space Agency?
Right.
Man in space for 1,000.
In 1966, on his first space flight, he and David Scott performed the first docking of two vehicles in space. Scott?
Who's Ed White?
No. A name even more famous in space discovery, Neil Armstrong. Pam, back to you.
Art for 200.
Late artist whose brother Paul Warhola also paints subjects like ketchup bottles and cans of beans. Ed.
Who is Andy Warhol?
Yes.
Art for 400.
Van Dyck's influence on Gainsborough can be seen in this portrait of a child, painted circa 1770. Pam.
What is the Blue Boy?
You are right.
Art for 600.
In Willard's original The Spirit of 76, two people are playing this instrument. Ed.
What is the fife?
No. Scott?
What is the drum?
Drum, right, and we have a minute to go.
Art for 800.
Answer there, the other daily double. Scott, you have 900, but you can risk up to 1,000.
I think I'll risk 500.
For 500, here is your clue in the category art. He also painted Mahas on a balcony, and they had their clothes on.
Who is El Greco?
No. Who was Goya, the famous naked Maha? All right, Scott, we go back to you for the next choice.
Like theater for 200.
This play was first written in French, and its original title was En attendant Godot. Scott.
What is Waiting for Godot?
Correct.
Theater for 400.
The first of her books to be dramatized was The Murder of Roger Ackroyd, which became the play Alibi. Scott.
Who's Agatha Christie?
Yes.
Theater for 600.
He was the leading man in the original 1930 production of his own play, Private Lives. Pam.
Who's Noel Coward?
Correct.
Theater for 800.
Tennessee Williams wrote a one-act play called 27 Wagons Full of This. Scott?
What is Cotton?
Right. And that does it. And you're back to 1,800. Pam in second place with 4,200. Ed in the lead with 5,800. And Final Jeopardy coming up in a few moments. Our Final Jeopardy category for today has to do with the subject of religion. And we'll have the clue for you right after this. 30 seconds in which to write down your question. Final Jeopardy answers this. More popes have taken this name than any other, but only the first one was declared a saint. Good luck. Think we had an Irishman as a pope, Cardinal Roncalli. Let's go over to Scott Wolf. He was in third place with 1,800. What name did you come up with for the pontiff? What is Julius? Sorry, that is incorrect. What did you risk? 1,600. That'll knock you down to 200, and we'll go to your right to Pam Payne. She had 4,200. Her response was, what is Pius? No, that too is incorrect. There were 12 Piuses, I believe. Your wager was 4,000. You too have 200 as we come to Ed Allen. His response was, what is John? There were 23 Johns, and the last one, Pope John the 23rd, at the same time as President Kennedy. That's correct. Your wager was $2,601, and that means you wind up with $8,401 today and a two-day total of $20,402. Way to go, Ed Allen. We'll see you again tomorrow. And please join us then also, won't you, ladies and gentlemen? So long.